Well, they are tearing down PPG Paints Arena. Well, the ice surface anyway. The Penguins are about to embark on a 2-week road trip. And the next time you and I talk, I'll be in the Great White North. I am Dan Kingerski on the National Hockey Now and the Pittsburgh Hockey Now YouTube channel. The Penguins beat the LA Kings 6-1 here at PPG. Don't let the score fool you, though. The game, far more contested, far closer, and far more physical than a 6-1 score would otherwise indicate. In fact, I think the Penguins were well outshot, outchanced for at least half, if not solid 2/3 of the hockey game. However, when you can score, when the other goalie is leaking like a 78 Pontiac, you can put up 6 goals. And the Penguins have done that in all 3 home games. They beat Arizona, Tampa Bay, and now LA, scoring 6 goals. Here, my apologies, the camera's going to be a little shaky. We're kind of out in the middle of nowhere here. But let me talk a little bit about the tactical, the X's and O's, the chalkboard of the win tonight for the Penguins. I think what you saw in the first period, and if you got a little frustrated, I think the Penguins did a good job not getting frustrated, but they also did a poor job of adjusting to what LA did. The Penguins knew what LA was going to do. They clogged the neutral zone. They stacked the blue line. Now, I talked to Jeff Petrie just a little bit, or I asked him kind of about that specifically. This is what makes this Penguins team this season a lot better than the last couple or a few iterations. Because what that does, first of all, puts the onus on the forwards to chip the puck into the soft spots and go get it. It also creates an opportunity for defensemen to carry the puck more, to make those little plays at the blue line. They have more space at the top of the zone once the team does get possession, because teams like the Kings that stack the blue line will then quickly retreat to protect the cage. That's why you saw Jan Rutta, Jeff Petrie score goals on Thursday night, because they had space at the top of the zone to let go. And there's also plenty of traffic. The Penguins, in addition to having more offensive defensemen this season, Jason Zucker, head coach Mike Sullivan called Zucker a menace out there, because Zucker's been going to the net. He has been just crashing and banging along the wall in the corners. Zucker has been everything the Penguins hoped they were getting a couple of years ago when they gave up their top defenseman prospect, a number 1 pick, to get him from Minnesota. Zucker is paying some dividends here early in the season. I thought Zucker tipped that goal, but Jan Rutta got the first goal of the game. It didn't stand up as the game winner because LA scored a goal late to break the shutout. So let's talk about a couple other things you'll see in the PHN Plus report card as well. Obviously, we didn't grade a lot of forwards very well, and that's largely because I don't think the Penguins dealt with that blue line stack as well as they could have. They got a little bit stubborn. They pushed into I don't want to call it a trap. That would be incorrect. But in a larger sense, they kind of pushed into the swarm, into the traffic, trying for more controlled zone entries. And you're not going to do that when the other team is lying in wait for you. So I think that cost the Penguins a lot of puck possession. That's why LA had a lot more shots. At one point, it was 13-3. Later in the first period, at one point, it was 30-20 in favor of LA. Later in the second period, the final tally was much closer because the Penguins, I think, had a much better third period. LA was trying to get a couple of goals, and the final shot clock was 40-34 in LA's favor. The Penguins defensemen, I thought, defended their zone very well. I also thought they did a very good job on the offensive blue line. They supported the play. They held tight. They didn't drop back and give up the play. The penalty kill was also significantly better. Now, LA doesn't have a great penalty kill. LA was 4 for 26 coming into the game. So LA is not going to torture you with the man advantage, but the Penguins' penalty kill, again, far more aggressive. They're learning the layers. They're not allowing that wide open blast from the slot. They're forcing the other team's points to kind of make those plays and try to get the puck through traffic to the net. And Tristan Jarry is seeing beach balls. He was tremendous on Thursday night. So that's my 5 minutes here from PPG Paints Arena. Dave is in Columbus on Saturday. I will be, I think I'll be in Edmonton before puck drops on Saturday. The Penguins face the Edmonton Oilers on Monday. They've got Calgary, then Vancouver, then Seattle before heading home. It should be a really fun road trip. And listen, hey, I'm not too proud to tell you that Pittsburgh Hockey Now could use your support. These trips certainly are not cheap. We'd love you to subscribe to PHN Plus, get exclusive content, locker room content, plus the exclusive, and I like to think pretty good analysis as well. That's it from PPG. I'm Dan Kingerski on the Pittsburgh Hockey Now, the National Hockey Now YouTube channel.